All of us very much believed that this feels like the most important movie we've ever made. That is what every crew member focused on every day, and none more so than Ryan Coogler at the helm of it all.
With the release of Black Panther Wakanda Forever just around the corner, fans are anticipating the events that will play out with this film and what all will entail.
Ryan is such a big heart and such a great storyteller. The actors that he's brought together were filled with emotion and passion.
Reuniting with Ryan Coogler, it was incredible.
His heart is really pure, and we should protect him at all costs.
It has been said by cast members like Letitia Wright that it was a struggle in and of itself coming to set and not having Chadwick there, with everybody else considering that this was his movie. We did want to take a look behind the scenes of this film to see what it was like creating it.
Ryan is an artist. He has the heart to listen to you, to look in your eyes and go deep, not just in the story, but in your soul.
Chadwick Boseman greatly impacted a lot of people's lives, as the whole production cast of Wakanda Forever has been affected by his death in some capacity, and that goes for double when it comes to writer Ryan Coogler. For obvious reasons, the script went through many changes before its final version.
I think even in a world as fantastical and as magical and as exciting as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he just has an understanding of people.
But before we get into more of these moments, some Marvel trivia for you. In what year was the Black Panther comic created? Leave your answer in the comments down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
Let's go!
There was an embracing of culture, and Ryan is going a step further, and we're remembering, we're restoring, we're celebrating.
According to an article from Screen Rant, the director explained the tonal shift, I will say, was less of a shift than in casting. The tone was going to be similar. T'Challa was going to be grieving the loss of time. You know, coming back after being gone for 5 years.
Above all, it is a relationship movie. We'll have some incredible set pieces. But at the end of the day, I think what people are going to really remember is the conversations. How do you move forward after losing someone that meant so much to you? You have to continue the legacy.
With the release of Black Panther in February 2018, producer Kevin Feige said there were many stories to tell about the character, and he wanted director and co-writer Ryan Coogler to return for any sequel. Writing for the second film started very shortly after the release of Black Panther because of how many stories there were to be told.
They called him Kukul Khan, the feather serpent god.
Namor loves his people, and he's gonna protect them, because to be a ruler, you have to serve the people. Talokan has a deep meaning for me. It's part of my personal heritage.
But real quick, make sure you guys check out our Instagram page, linked down in the description. There's a ton of interview moments and memes, so make sure you check it out and give us a follow.
As a Mexican, as an inhabitant of Mesoamerica, finally I could find a more powerful representation of my culture with dignity and respect.
Embracing the love for Chadwick Boseman was the utmost important goal for everyone, and in an interview with Letitia Wright and Danae Guerrera, they go on to explain from Chadwick's point of view how important the character was to him personally.
Chadwick, he knew exactly what this story, what these images meant to the world.
We all suffered an incredible loss when we lost Chadwick.
When you get down to what makes this movie human, that is where Ryan really excels.
Creating a story like this doesn't come easy. The main focus over this entire second installment took a huge shift from being about mourning the 5 years lost in the wake of T'Challa's disappearance by Thanos' snap to mourning the loss of T'Challa himself. The director and writer did do a tremendous job at shifting the focus and making sure to get the message out that Chadwick's story still lives on. Even with the reviews from critics, understand that the film has its high points in knowing what the audience should pull from the movie: grief.
Chad was very much our artistic partner. I would spend time with him, just he and I, talking about like where we would want to see the story go, how much he admired the other characters and the actors that portrayed them.
in the telling of this story, we were all able to honor him.
Janae Guerrero went on Good Morning America to elaborate on what fans can expect of this film.
I can elaborate a little bit more. I can say absolutely it is epic, it is transformative, and it's healing.
After the panel at Comic-Con for Wakanda Forever, the cast had an emotional talk behind the curtain about not only more of what to expect, but what has changed for all of them and how they were affected.
Introducing Namor, who's a character we were really excited to portray in the film, arguably one of the oldest comic book characters that there is.
The opportunity to play a character like this, it's a dream.
He's the king of an underwater civilization called Talokan.
And according to Screen Rant, Anthony Mackie revealed that he visited the Wakanda Forever set in the middle of filming, and he of course immediately hyped up what he saw. The Captain America actor showed the movie with praise, noting, "It's going to be amazing, it's going to be spectacular. I'm not in it, but I've seen the set, I've witnessed it."
The level of care creating this story, it is astounding. And so it just really felt like for all of us to give it everything we have and more.
The creators even released a bonus clip where Namor was originally supposed to appear in the film.
I'm just so grateful and blessed to be a part of this. The actors were filled with emotion and passion.
I am queen of the most powerful nation!
And interestingly enough, Terminator 2 Judgment Day was a huge inspiration for the film. The director mentioned, "You think about what T-1000 wants, and what Arnold Schwarzenegger's robot wants. They both want John Connor, but T-1000 wants to kill him, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's character wants to protect him. That's the movie."
In recent years, a simple two-word phrase and gesture has taken on a life of its own.
Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Sweeping the nation.
Nobody wants to shake my hands anymore. Everybody just does this.
Seeing people gravitate, celebrate is beautiful.
Aside from the main focus being Chadwick, the cast does talk a little bit about the fighting sequences.
And it was his turn to be on camera, the first introduction of Namor in our film, and I was trying to give him my eye line and hold it together and give as good as I'm getting.
It was the hardest thing I'd ever done professionally, making the first Panther. It felt like I had bitten off more than I could chew. Imposter syndrome, some people call it. I'm not ready yet, it's too big, it's too much. But my collaborators all would constantly let me know that they trusted me.
There was a lot more action in this film than one might think.
I'm so excited about the world being able to tap into Wakanda again. How each character takes on new challenges. And I'm excited about us honoring Chad.
Angela Bassett dropped into the Tamron Hall show to shed some light on reprising her role as Queen Ramonda in the film.
I'm very, very, very excited. We put in a lot of hard work, a lot of emotional work. I mean, we had stops and starts, but we had resilience, and we were going to get it done, and we did. So, it's a great deal of excitement.
And I wanted to stop and go over some of the reviews from Rotten Tomatoes to see what critics had to say about the film. With over 100 reviews from critics, it rounded out to be 88% out of 100, which is pretty good. From reviews from Mike LaSalle saying, "As it stands, Wakanda Forever feels as lost and forlorn as the Wakandan people."
This movie changed my own story. You know, when I started this movie, I didn't speak English, and it's beautiful, this Talokan world. Actually, we heard an indigenous language. As Mexican woman and with this face, see myself for the first time in a big screen. It's like wonderful.
To others like Kevin Mahar saying, "It's a movie about not seeing beyond your own grief. Every narrative tendril is implicated in grief, from historical colonialism to environmental exploitation to political repression. All in all, this film has already captured the eyes of people who have the job of professionally reviewing films based strictly on story and character development. And it's safe to say that it was a successful film for a majority of viewers."
Fell in love with this one immediately. Her talent, her beauty, her work ethic, her joy, her enthusiasm, curiosity, and her intellect. In the situation that we found ourselves, I really did feel that bond even stronger.
With the exception of one critic, Alexander Martinez, saying when Wakanda Forever gets to lean into the more genuine, earnest, and nuanced aspects of its story and characters is when it really shines. The story itself allows people to understand the story and what the writers are trying to convey with the concept and aspects of the story, as Alejandra said.
Ryan, to think about that, you, after the passing of Chadwick Boseman, you already had a script in place. You had to rewrite the entire script and honor his legacy. How did you go about doing that?
That's a great question. I had a phenomenal team. I had a lot of help. I had a co-writer who was great, Joe Robert Cole. Great producers, Nate Moore, Kevin Feige. They were all supportive.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, the Black Panther was created in July of 1966, 2 months before the founding of the Black Panther Party. The main focus of this film was, of course, about the Black Panther and Chadwick's legacy, and through the trailer we get snippets of just how they portrayed this intention. Letitia Wright even went on to explain how every scene was dedicated to Chadwick.
The first movie did so well. You know, we made a cultural impact and change. Yeah. And this film is, we're trying to follow that same theme, you know, of inspiring, you know, everybody that goes to see it.
And during an interview with Ryan Coogler, he reveals what he has next in store in terms of his next project.
But truth be told, like right now, we're just focusing on this, you know, and getting this done. Because it's still a lot of work to do before this comes out to the world. You know, once that's over, I'm gonna sit and think about what's next.
So what do you guys think about all this? Are you excited for the new Black Panther series, and what are your expectations about this whole movie? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.